everyone, we are back. How are you, Marty?
Very happy to be here for another program. Very exciting.
This month we are speaking about something that we love. It's all about love this month of February. And last week, if I'm not wrong, we had we got to know about love from a different perspective. Girls, girls talking about love. And this week we have the presence of two boys here. How are you guys? Today we're gonna be knowing the love from their perspective, because you know, Mort, we have different minds, right? Sometimes we think love is in a way, but for them it's something totally different. So we're gonna get to know all about love from a man's perspective. And I'd like to hear first from you guys your name and how old you are.
My name's Ellie. I'm 20 years old,
My name is Lewis and I'm 21.
And relationship status?
Currently single,
Currently single. Interested in anyone? No, this is not a dating show. It's not a dating show. We're not trying to set them up. We're just trying to understand them, right? So guys, we want you to completely let us dive into your minds, because I'm already married, but we have viewers who would like to understand, would like to know what a man thinks, and that's the aim of today's show, that you help us dive into your mind. So just a quick question for you guys. Is marriage still something that you have as an option, or is marriage outdated?
Well, personally for me, I do actually still believe in marriage. I'm one of the fortunate people, you know, in this day and age that have their mother and father living together.
Wow,
And just growing up, I've seen a really good example of how a relationship works and love in general. So
So you have parents that have set you a good example, and you want to have what your parents have in your life. What about you, Lewis?
As for me, I believe in love. I mean, I believe in marriage still, but at the beginning I really didn't, because my mom and dad, they broke up from an early age, and my dad left, moved to another country, and in my eyes, I didn't see, you know, marriage, because they never even got married in the first place to begin with. But so in my mind, marriage never really made sense. All the best you could hope for was probably like a long relationship, you know, one that would last good 3-4 years, you know, but eventually it would expire in my mind before. But then afterwards, as I started growing up, I started learning different things, and I started seeing good examples of marriages. You know, some people who had well-established marriages, and then I started to believe in, you know, a good marriage, and now.
And what does love mean to you guys? So when you think of love and being in love, what does love mean to you guys?
Well, for me, my perception of love has sort of changed over the years as I've matured over the few years.
He's 20, as he's matured. As he's matured, and 20 now, I'm kidding, as you've matured, you've matured.
over the few years, my perception has sort of changed from just seeing love as what society has painted as just feelings, you know, buying the chocolates, the kisses, as love to be, you know, in a relationship where the partners are willing to sacrifice for each other and stay through the thick and thin. So instead of it just being all about passion, it's more about intelligence and sacrificing.
I like the difference that you make between passion and love. Yes.
Yeah, I agree with him, because I genuinely believe that you find love in the hardest moments, and
we have some voice. We have some voice, young man in the studio. Go on,
because when you go through hard moments, that's when you really know who loves you and who doesn't. Because the one who loves you, they will stick by your side. They will help you through your hardest moments. You know, they will encourage you to keep on going, keep fighting. You know, you might even not believe in yourself at the moment, or you might the situation might seem impossible, but that person's still encouraging you. That person is still helping you to get up. You know. And I genuinely believe that's where you know where love is.
So from your point of view, love is not a feeling, is not passion.
No.
Love is about giving, is about helping other people.
Yeah, I mean, just to sort of add on that, of course there will be feelings because, you know,
there has to be an attraction, chemistry.
That should never be like the foundation of what love is.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so that clarifies things, because many girls will just stop at the chemistry, right? Many girls, what they want is to achieve that initial chemistry, but they kind of tend to forget that there's a relationship that comes afterwards. So they worry about, you know, how am I going to gain his attraction by the way I dress, by the way I smile, by the way I flirt, which is important towards building chemistry, but that's not the main thing. So that should not be the only focus, right?
In the beginning, that's kind of, you know, you get taken by all of that, you know, you know, you're trying to impress each other, and you know, you're trying to dress your best, look your best, but in the end, that's not gonna kind of hold your relationship together, if you understand what I mean. Like, because many people, they go off and they believe that, you know, because I'm feeling this way, that's what love is. But then in the future, when they go through problems, they don't have that relationship that they need to, you know,
to sustain things.
So it's something that's good.
So, and in the same light as well, it's not only girls, it's guys as well, right? Guys get, because that feeling is a good, trust me, look, I'm not that old. I know how good it is to be attracted to someone and to feel passion, right? It's a very strong feeling. So it can tend to overwhelm you, and that's the point that we're trying to make at this moment, that you shouldn't get caught up by how powerful that feeling is, that you should, you know, have that out-of-body experience, if you call it that, where you kind of come out of that situation and you assess that situation using your logic and your mind. So when you try and build a relationship, when you try to get to know someone, don't be caught up in the passion, but be caught up in the logic of things. Is this person compatible with me? Is this person fit? Does this person fit in with what I like, with what I want for my life? So those are the kind of things that you need to think of when you focus on love. And we're gonna go on a break. This first segment flew by. I think we should extend this program. We're gonna go on a break, and when we come back, we're gonna play that famous snog, marry, or avoid game. Okay, we're gonna ask them about snog, marry, and avoid. So stay tuned, and we'll continue after the break.
Hi everyone, I'm James.
And I am Helena.
Join us here every Saturday at 3 p.m. for Love Talk,
the show that teaches you how to love intelligently.
On my channel, Sky 203.
See you there.
Love Talk on my channel, Sky 203, every Saturday, 3 p.m.
There was war in the studio about who is going to take over this question and who's going to take over this segment. So, okay, you can see who won. So, guys, we want to know, snog, marry, or avoid. Which kind of girl would you snog? Which kind of girl would you marry? Which kind of girl would you avoid?
I'll go first then.
Yeah.
The type of girl, well, that I would look, or any guy would look to snog, would be as simple as, you know, maybe the girl that has the aesthetics, you know, has the figure, has the beauty even to say so, but then there's nothing more than that, there's nothing deeper than that, any characteristics or traits to that individual. Someone that I would look to marry, a guy would look to marry, would sort of have the trait of knowing to find a balance between being gentle, because obviously a guy that's looking to marry someone wants a lady that's gentle, you know, she's a lady, but doesn't also...
They want a lady, I love that, yes.
But she doesn't mistake that for, you know, being strong, as being harsh in how she speaks to people, or being bossy, but the strength, the balance she has is that the strength that she shows is through the hard situation that she goes through, or that both of you will go through. That's when the real strength comes out.
And someone you would avoid?
Someone that I would avoid. A girl that's very loud. Very loud. And it's not to say that a woman that should be completely silent like a mouse.
Yeah.
But a preference as a trait in a female is someone who is very discreet and knows when to speak as well, and doesn't speak so much to the point where it looks like she's looking for attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You see, Martin, how interesting it is from their perspective, because many girls, when they try to conquer a guy, they do the opposite of what he said concerning someone who he's looking for to marry, because then she's loud, she only focuses on her beauty, she only focuses on the outside, she wants to call attention, but then she believes that by doing those things, she's gonna be calling attention from someone to marry her, but it's the opposite.
Yeah, and I am such a living proof of that, because I was that teenager who thought that to call a guy's attention, I had to be loud. I had to like laugh the loudest. I'm burning with embarrassment. So I would be interested in a guy, and then he would pass, and all of a sudden I'm like, that would be me. So that explains why nobody ever dated me in high school. I was a loner. I'm like, why doesn't anybody like me? Nobody invites me to proms. Nobody invites me out. Well, there it is. So the idea is not for you to be loud, but I think guys like, guys like that hunting game kind of thing.
Yeah.
Guys are hunters. Yeah. Let me not say it on your behalf. say it, isn't it?
We like it when there's sort of a question mark there where we're looking to want to know more, find out more. That sort of even draws us closer. I want to chase more. Yeah.
Exactly.
Girls, they are receiving here secrets. Yes. Because if you do the opposite, start changing, because that is so important as well. You have to make them conquer you. You have to make them desire to get to know. But if you go there and you already show everything you are, and sometimes just what you have, which is appearance and talk and nothing else, instead of finding someone who is interested in marrying you, you are just finding someone who either is going to avoid you or is just going to try to have you for one day or one night.
It's true, because when someone comes easily, you feel like they can go easily, if you get what I mean. So it's like, if I got her so easily, the next guy that she's interested in, or will be interested in her. She'll go easily to that guy. So it's like,
so if you're a guy who thinks, you don't put your heart in that basket, because you know what, that the basket could easily float away from me, right? Exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think also it's a question of value, right? If you value, listen to me, if you value something, if you value, for example, let's say you get that bag that your dad buys you that's so expensive that you've been wanting that bag, you're not gonna kind of like easily leave it anywhere. You treat it with a certain respect. You have a certain respect towards that bag. You have a certain care towards that bag. And so now you are that bag. If you are the kind of bag that's like, for example, if you go to a store and there's that bag that's on the floor, thrown on the floor, and it's dirty, dusty, you're not gonna take that and buy it. You're gonna look at it and say, no, so many people have touched it. No. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? So the same with you. If you don't value yourself, if you don't give yourself value, like we learned last month, branding yourself. So if you don't brand yourself as someone valuable, the people in your life are never going to value you.
And this is just a very important point. It doesn't mean you're going to be a proud person. You are valuing yourself, so you're going to make little of others, you're going to despise others. That's not what we are saying here. Value yourself is for you to consider yourself special, important, as well as you're going to do with others. But you're not going to, let's say, sell yourself cheap, as you were saying. You're not going to be proud, but you're going to take care, invest, and value who you are.
What you say is so important. And I would like to touch upon something that you said, Ellie, which is this is the other extreme of women who think they value themselves, is to have, that strength that's exaggerated. Like, no man's going to speak to me. Like, no man's going to speak to me like this. And so they have an attitude that's also off-putting, because they're so hard and they're so strong. So yeah, I agree. Valuing yourself is never at the expense of someone else.
And never become, as he said, bossy.
Yeah.
because she thinks she values herself, but in reality she's proud. She doesn't accept an advice, she doesn't accept anything, so she becomes bossy. She wants to make her will to be done all the time. So this is something as well that doesn't call attention of guys.
In fact, that's another person that you avoid.
Yeah.
Another type of person that, you know, men avoid.
Exactly, because everybody wants to be made to feel good. We all want to be made to feel good. Nobody wants to be in a relationship where you're made to feel like you're second best, like your opinion doesn't matter, like who you are doesn't matter. So that extends to guys as well. And we women tend to have the wrong impression. We tend to, I know that we're overcompensating for the time that we had so much we had so much to kind of make ourselves be respected. We had to work so hard to be respected because there wasn't equality, there wasn't gender equality, so we had to work towards that gender equality. And now the tendency is to be extreme about that. It's for us to kind of say, you're gonna respect me, and we kind of forget that it works both ways. So we cannot enforce our power, in a sense, and by taking away the power of someone else. There has to be a balance in a relationship, right?
I really like this program.
And time is gone, time is flashing, time over. Well, thank you so much for coming in, guys. You've enlightened us, you've made us understand a lot better what love means to guys. So girls, you have their tips, right? Take it on board. They're guys. You're not listening to two old women here sitting and talking and you're like, yo, you're married, what do you know? You're listening to young, mature, 20-year-old, 21-year-old. So the sort of people that maybe you're trying to attract, and they're telling you what it is that they want. So take this on board and hopefully make the right choices. And that's it for today.
We'll see you next week. We have more.
With another surprise, another perspective of what love is. Bye-bye.